Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Daily Top 10. This is Japhet from the Art of Trading, and we're going to be looking at the trending stocks today and analyze them objectively and see where price action takes us. So before we get on to our trending stocks, let's look at our index first and what it did for today. So if we see today, PSEI dropped down 194 points. 0.75, so that's almost 3% down, closing in at 6436.1, and a negative net foreign. That's a lot of negative. That's a lot of foreign investors coming out, and we see that reflect on our huge downward candle right here. So we pierced through our level of support that we were hoping for it to maintain. So this was just simply a trend continuation. It was a pullback, and then now it's piercing through our support level right there. So we could be watching these levels at 6200 to be retested. And yeah, this is, how do you call this? This is a huge move on the downside that it is yet to do, because now this is a resistance, so it could act as resistance before going back down. So yikes. So yeah, that's gonna be a huge move on the downside coming in from this resistance zone. Yep, pierced below, so we could expect it to maybe retrace a 6200 zone as stated here. So yeah, let's go to our first trending stock for today, which is ACEN, closing in at 7.06 or positive 1.15%. So we drew an uptrend here slightly, and right now yeah, it broke the downtrend line, immediate downtrend line, and it's settling quite well on this support zone right here. So it's a doji candle right now, undecided, and we shall wait and see what it wants to do, because this could still be rejected on the upside right here. Could be like a double top right here before moving down, but it could also push above and hopefully settle there. But with our index pushing on the downside, I am not sure whether this is gonna push up or break down below to continue this range that it's doing right here between the 6.39 to 6.55 to 7 peso range. So we shall see what it wants to do. It definitely wants to push on the upside with this bias right here, but it is still undecided, just as it could break it down anytime and go on that sideways movement right here. So we shall wait and see what it does. But for now, let's move to our next one in Dito. So Dito closed in at an even 10 pesos, negative almost 5% with a lot of net foreign. So it did not want to retest the downtrend line just yet, and it is pushing on the downside to retest maybe this level, the 9 peso level. It's just going sideways right here. So it's been a week now, almost. When was this? March 10, 19th for today. So yeah, more than a week now that it's just going sideways, respecting the bottom and respecting the resistances. So yeah, it's still undecided whether it wants to head back up or keep ranging or break below even. So we shall wait and see what happens with Dito. So let's move to our next one within PHA, closing in at 2.13 or negative almost 6%. So it got rejected here on our resistance zone at 2.2. Got rejected there. It pushed up to 2.3 but got rejected and closed at 2.13. So it's still a downward bias right now. The bears are still in control and could retest this 1.8 levels that we were looking at previously. And yeah, for now definitely has this resistance holding up right here, and we could be, you know, be going downwards even more. So stay patient. We don't make money when it's going up, so wait for like a break of this resistance zone right here and a pullback, so that, you know, we can confirm that we are back on the uptrend. So short term wise, it's probably gonna retrace this zone right here a little bit more. So we shall wait and see what it does. Definitely has a gap right here that is gonna be acting as a support from 1.65 to 1.86. So let's just change it to be you know, to be the gap 1.85. Yeah, just round it up, so, or round it to a good number. So yeah, we're hoping that this support zone right here holds up when it gets tested in the future. So that's it for PHA. Let's move to BSC with another downward movement, I think. Yeah, resistance still holding right there. So resistance is now formed, and it even pierced below and it held up here. So we could be retesting this gap at 0.51. So that's a huge move on the downside. Losing about 5%. Yeah, we went down 5%, closing in at 0.74 for BSC. So BSC definitely on a downward bias right here. Yep, tough for BSC. So yeah, next one we have APL, closing in at 0.1860 or negative 3%. So a lot of movement on the downside today, huh? So definitely broke this short-term uptrend right here, as we see a candle close, a daily candle close below that, and we are still indeed on a downward bias with our resistance still holding right there. Let me move that there so you can clearly see it at 1950. So that is a resistance that we are holding up. So yep, that is gonna be a strong resistance in the future to break, and if it does break above that from maybe a retest, that would be a great day to see after this range end. So watch out for that. Wait patiently for that. And we see close at negative 2% as well, at 4.92. So we didn't see this move up here. We did not see it push on the upside, but rather retested the support area once again. So yeah, it's just moving sideways now at best. So hopefully this does maintain this level of support right here. So up next we have DAVIN. Let's look at what it did for today, closing in at 2.63 or negative 14%. Wow. So we do see it pierce below this support zone. That's a tough one. So we were supposed to have a support level right there at 3.1, but it broke it and moved huge on the downside. So bias is still downtrend for this one. Sad to see it move downwards pretty huge, and it has been moving that way since Feb 11. So that's tough movements for this one. It broke this support zone in September 16, so that's gonna be a huge resistance coming in the future if it does retrace it back. So we don't know yet where it's gonna settle. If I look on the left side, there's nothing, like not much data. So I think, is this a new company? But yeah, there. So yeah, there's a short term wise, it broke the support level right here. That is kind of dangerous to get into right now. So let's move to MG, Millennium Global Holdings. Wow, we haven't looked at this in so long. Let me clear up my chart. Yeah, my resistance zone is now still intact. Found some level of support right there. Yep. So it did react to that zone. So now it's just gonna be on this huge sideways movement. Yeah, and there's a gap, so it might retrace that. It could retrace that, the 0.31 level. But yeah, good movement. Positive 7.94% today, closing in at 0.34. So with this rejection on the upside right here, that rejection, it could retrace this gap a little bit. So if you go to 1 hour, yeah, we could see it hopefully build a level of support right there. But for now, it is definitely on this big sideways movement. So yeah, it's just moving sideways. I won't look at this until it breaks above right here, so that we know that it won't get rejected once again. And yeah, on the resistance zone. So let's plot the range so that we know our resistances at 0.41 to 0.43. So let's just plot that. 0.41 to 0.43 is a zone that is of resistance right now, and our support held up right here, which was at around the support zone is right here at 0.2835. So 0.283, that's a support zone that it has reacted to. And as we see that push on the upside, so hopefully we are gonna fill this gap at 0.33 to 0.34, and yeah, see our movement be moving on its way. But this is still, could still be a rejection on the downside. We do not know yet, but yes, immediate resistance right here. Downtrend, downward trend line is still intact. So if this does break above, that's a good setup. Buy here at 0.41. So we should be patient on this one. See what it does. So up next we have Abacor. Lastly, Abacor closing in at 1.07 or negative 0.93%. So it's kind of undecided right now, huh? Undecided. But we do see it break back in this resistance zone. Our resistance is still intact. So now this is a support level that we're looking at, or we could be looking at this. Oh yeah, there you go. One rejection right here, another one right here, and then we could see another one right here. So 3 rejections right there on these zones. So once, twice, third time. This downtrend line is still intact and proving to be huge. So if we do see a break above and then holding the support level again, that's a good one for me. That's a good zone for me to get into. But for now, we are watching this hold up. This range at 0.9 to 0.95 or 96. So that's a good one. 0.9 to 0.96. Good support level as it moves sideways for Abacor. So let's see what it does. But for now, definitely just maintaining this downtrend line. Got rejected for the third time, and our resistance still holding. So it's currently in the middle of nowhere, and you don't want to buy in the middle of nowhere. Just watch out for these key levels as you know the candlesticks develop and things show us, like wait for it to show a setup. But for now, PSEI just pierced down below, and that's not really a good sign for a market. So maybe stay out for now for a bit, watch mode on, and yeah, just watch the charts, watch the candlesticks as they do what they need to do. But for now, best to probably stay out. And I just want to remind you guys that, you know, stay patient, be disciplined with your trades, and strive to be consistent. And yeah, that's it for me for today. And if you picked up something on this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and share this video to your groups, whoever needs to see this analysis. And yeah, you guys have a great evening, have a great weekend. Today's Friday, I forgot. And yeah, no trading tomorrow or Sunday. I'll see you guys on Monday.